Oh my. Welcome to the room, Sparrows. Come on in. Be sure to come on in. It is Matters of the Heart Monday. Come on in. Hopefully you all have had a great day. I hope. Come on in. D'Angel, hey doll. I saw some great things on your post today and yesterday, I think. Absolutely. Come on into the room, Sparrows. I'm doing it double fold again tonight. I have Station Head in the room along with Space. Who am I with? Facebook Live. Cynthia DeVos Dunham, welcome on in. Come into the room. Wow, what a day. What a day. Fabulous is in the room. Ashley Shaw, come on in. I'm going to sit and relax for just a minute. Just one moment. It's going to be a great show tonight. A great show. Can you hear me clearly over there? You can hear me? Give me some thumbs up if you can hear me well. Okay. We've got a great guest. So excited about it. So excited about it. Of course, I'm going to go ahead and introduce myself, so by the time LaTangela comes in, we can go ahead and rock it out. Hi, Tiffany. Welcome to the room. Thank you so much for all you do. We are talking about village tonight, and it's going to be very important to talk about village and what village does to get us to where we're going in our lives. We can't do anything on our own. Yes. Ah. You did. Thank you so much, Tiffany. I appreciate that. Yeah, they need to come on over. They need to come on over on Station Head, onto my channel, onto my station tonight, and see what's going on when it comes to Matters of the Heart Mondays. Maria, hello. Welcome in. Just going to give just a moment so we can get little Miss LaTangela Newsome on in the room. It's going to be a juicy tonight, and it's going to be a little something extra as well. It's not a norm that I would bring someone on a Matters of the Heart Monday with all of the accolades that Tangi has. However, Tangi's family. I can break the rules on my show. I can do that. So I just feel it necessary to bring her on and just have a juicy conversation and see what we can stir up in the room tonight. And I want to thank each and every one of you for taking your time out and coming in and joining us. I value your time very much. That I do. I value it extremely much. Glenn, welcome into the room. For those of you who don't know who I am Valerie Miller, the Valerie Miller of TVM, Double Fold. This very moment you have opportunity to change. We can all stand a change every once in a while. And, you know, once we become a bit older and accept some things in life, we have no other choice but to change in order to keep up with what's going on in our lives. That is going to be fundamental. That is for sure. So I say thank you to each of you coming in. And hopefully you've had the most fabulous Monday you possibly can. Any matter of the heart you feel like you need to chat about, or something resonates with you in accordance to what Tangi and I are going to be talking about this evening, then of course pop your information into the comments and we shall address them as they come up. There have been times when the conversation is so juicy. Hello, official. Welcome to the room. Thank you so much for coming in. And, you know, you just have to do what you have to do. Talk about it. Be about it. Make some changes in order to truly live the most fabulous life. That's what it's all about. We're on this quest of meeting ourselves in life. At the end of the day, that's exactly what it is. Cuzzo, welcome in. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. And until Tangi comes in, I'm going to go ahead and continue to chat just a bit. Whittington Steele, welcome into the room. We're going to be talking from chapter 9 of my book today, How I Became Fabulous and a Lady All the Time, and the importance of village. In that particular chapter, I spoke on village. And we can't do anything without the people that are closest to us. We have to have those people in place because, you know, sometimes we feel like we can do everything on our own. However, it's just not feasible. It's just not. And when we have, you know, someone who can help us, whether if it's family, if it's close friends, it doesn't matter. We have to have a team of people to get us to where we're going. We have these dreams. We have, you know, what we have in our hearts. It doesn't matter if we have a radio station. It doesn't matter if we have a podcast. It doesn't matter if we want to be CEOs of our own companies. We cannot get there alone. Cannot. Don't even think for a moment that you can. You can't. So it's all about gratitude and thanking the people that help us get there. And I know for sure I can say, you know, a twofold when it comes to my niece Tiffany. Tiffany is all the way fabulous. And those of you in Facebook world, you know who I'm talking about. I talk about Tiffany all the time. And as far as station head, that would be Zone Radio. And I'm going to have to project a little bit louder. Whittington, you can't hear me at all. I do have to work on my voice. I have been talking in the country, out of the country for quite a few weeks now, almost 3 weeks now. Scheduling people for this show. And it takes a lot out of me. So I'm going to do my very best to project my voice. How about you guys over in Station Head? Can you hear me there? You see this water with lemon in it? This is what I have to help me with this voice tonight. Yes, indeed. So I'm going to have to project because it's not actually the volume, Whittington. Thank you so much, Cuzzo. I love you guys. I appreciate you coming in. Yes, indeed. Okay. I'm going to scream to the top of my voice so you can hear. Yes, if you're straining, well, you know, they can hear me over on Station Head. So I need to make sure that you can hear me on both locations. So it is Matters of the Heart Monday. Hopefully you've had the most fabulous weekend you could have. It's the beginning of the week for some, but then there are some of us who never stop. We're always going to get it. And you have to have that attitude of going to get it because you have a dream, you have something that's in your heart that you're going after. And that's what it's all about because you're not living in freedom until you're doing that thing that you absolutely love more than anything else, that thing that causes you to wake up in the morning, that thing that causes you to stay up late at night, that thing. And we all know what that thing is. It's our gifts. It's what we were born with. We're hungry for it. We fight for it. We do anything to do that. That's what we're talking about. Not giving up on yourselves, making sure that you prepare yourself to be able to do that thing on a full-time basis. That's what's most important. That is what's most important. Hello, Joy. Welcome to the room. Sheila, welcome in. So I'm just going to continue on until our guests show up. And I know she's had some things going on. She just relocated from Texas to Atlanta. So she has some things going on. So I figured I'd give her a couple of minutes just to come on into the room. So why don't you guys, go ahead and put in comments where you are actually viewing or where you're listening from. I like to know where my listeners are, my sparrows. Let me know where you are checking in from. I am most grateful that you are taking that time to come in with me. Colorado in the house. Thank you so much, Cuzzo. As I am in the Queen City, Charlotte, North Carolina. We've got some Houston, Texas. Awesome. I hope you feel better, Joy. Little butterfly kisses. Orlando, Florida. Yes, thank you so much. It's super nice because I tell you guys, things are starting to happen in the atmosphere. I just don't even know what to say about it. I indeed don't know what to think about it. Coming in from the Carolinas, Maria. Cuzzo, definitely come back. This is a juicy conversation. I want everybody to hear this. You know, little Miss Tangi, you know, she has had such a great run with her career, you know, spending time. She was a candidate, a chosen participant on Shark Tank last season. I think it was last season. She's been a co-star on Nickelodeon. She's a vocalist. She's a mother. She's a creator. Yes, she's quite a few things and many layers to her. So it's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful thing. And it's not always, and she's sending me a note now on Facebook. And I'm telling her I'm live now. It's always interesting here. She is amazing, Cuzzo. I mean, energy for days. You think I have energy? Oh, no. Oh, no, no. Oh, no. Together, she and I, we will rip a place apart with all the energy that we have. And we go way back. I've known Tangi for years. I've known her for years. And, you know, she is such a wonderful person. Wonderful person. She's actually the mother to my little cousin. So the story goes pretty deep. We go pretty far back. And it's an honor to bring her on the show. I'm telling her to come onto my page so I can bring her on and we can go ahead and get this started. Just like that. Oh my gosh. Maria, you're the kindest person. I want to thank you for that note you wrote on my timeline today. I appreciate that. I love getting sweet messages from the Sparrows and, you know, when it's unexpected. You know, I'm so busy putting out content and sharing with everybody else. When someone, you know, say something nice to me, I'll have like, "Aw." You know, it just kind of takes me back just a little bit because it comes natural for me to always want to, you know, say something nice, keep everybody else motivated. Let's live a conscious life. Let's, you know, focus on the greatness of ourselves and growing and pushing to greater, all of those wonderful things. Life isn't promised, you know, it's one of those things you have to really take heed and be excited about every day. Whatever's in your heart to do, do that. Make sure you do it. Don't settle for anything. Go for everything that is in your heart. Welcome to the room, Shonda. It's great to see you. Come on in. Let's have a grand time. And I'm thinking Tangi must be having some issues on the back end. She hasn't popped in yet. But then, who's not surprised? Me. And as soon as I speak about her, there she is, and I'm going to go ahead and bring her on. Everything with this juicy conversation can begin, and there she is.
Hello.
Hello.
Hold on. I got it. My head's too big for this. Hold on.
Your head is
back.
not too big for this.
Way too big.
She come in talking silly. She comes in doing that very thing. So I'm going to have to project a little bit. Like I said to you this morning, my voice is acting up.
Okay.
You see this? The
yes.
big mason jar.
Oh, was that ginger?
Water.
It's lemon water?
Just lemon water.
No,
no ginger.
No
Yeah,
ginger.
so yeah, it works. It works.
Okay.
It works.
Okay.
So
Definitely.
welcome to the
Lemon water
room.
is good for so much. Thank you. I had
It
some
is.
trouble. I was looking for your request, but I had
The
to go digging
invite,
for it. Yeah, the invite. I don't know.
I didn't send it because usually I'll do it as you pop in because once
Okay.
I send it, it only lasts a split second and then I can't. But once you
Oh,
came
okay. Yeah, we
on and
did
I
talk
saw that
about
you came
that.
on, yeah, it's a Facebook thing.
Yeah, so and then
Hello,
your
DJ
live popped
Aquarius.
up late,
Welcome to the
so
room. It's okay. We're here. Look at this.
yeah.
You're
I
in the
know, right?
room.
They're here. They're coming in the
I've been
building.
talking about you. Yeah,
Have you talking about me
I
behind my
have.
back? What
Only
have you
good
been saying?
things
Okay, good.
about how far we go
Good.
back, some of the
Yes.
accolades of things of
Yes.
your accomplishments,
Yes.
and how
Way
important
back.
family is. I
It is.
just mentioned my book just a bit because we're talking from chapter 9 today, the importance of village and how family played roles in everything
Okay.
that we do. We can have the dreams in our
Mhm.
hearts and all of that good stuff, and some of us actually take the steps to reach them. And there are some of us
Right.
who come up with a million and one reasons why I can't. And all of those
There's more of us.
conversations.
There's more
Yeah.
of those. More of those
Yeah.
types. Come up with excuse after excuse. Yeah. Definitely.
Unfortunately.
Right.
Unfortunately. However, there are some of us who don't sleep at night because we can see it,
Mhm.
we can imagine it, we know we're going to have it. We envision, we know God is going to
Yeah.
lead us to where we need to be to have every single thing that He said we
Definitely.
can have. He's shown it
Yeah,
to
you
us.
have to
So
see it
why not
first.
go for it?
Yeah.
The
Yeah. It's a
vision
preview. Yeah, people think that it's just like they're dreaming or they're daydreaming or it's just their imagination, but it's actually a preview as
of
to
what's to
what,
come.
is coming. Yeah. So if you can believe that, then that's
Yes.
the trick. Mhm. It's
Yes.
not
And
random,
that's
not
it.
random thoughts.
It is
Right.
not believing, adjusting your thoughts, and making sure you
Yeah,
understand what it is that you're seeing,
definitely.
what you're feeling in your heart, you know you were
Mm,
born with, that thing that
right.
you love so much.
Mhm.
And you see how
Mhm.
you just come on and we just jump right on into conversation.
That's it.
Reel it back, Tangi. Reel it back
Okay. All right.
just a bit. So Sparrows,
Okay.
LaTangela Newsome has now
Mhm.
dropped into the room. And as she always does, she come in talking and then she'll leave
Talking, running my
talking.
mouth.
It never stops. So it's going to be quite interesting to
No.
see which one of us can talk the most because it's usually
Right.
just the two of us.
Yes,
It's
definitely. And we
usually just
talk
the
up a
two
storm.
of us. Yes. So I'm going to have to truly be mindful to slow it down just a little bit
Right.
because village is important. It really
It is.
is. And I can't say it enough. I'm so grateful for my family, for my friends, for everybody who supported me along the way with every single thing I've ever done. Everything.
Right.
And then
Right.
gratitude again because not everybody have that support either. They don't have it.
No, they don't. They
So
really don't. And it's huge.
they
It's
don't.
huge.
They
My
don't.
mom and my parents are big. Sometimes they were the only ones to believe in me. So it was
Yes.
definitely, so it's like it's definitely everything, to have that family support. And people that know you, because strangers will support you sometimes more than family and friends, but it's important when you have people that
True.
really know you. Yeah, that support your
Completely.
dreams. So,
And it goes back to
definitely.
you knowing yourself and knowing exactly what it is
Mhm.
that you want with your
Right.
life. Understanding that dream, understanding who you are as an individual.
Mhm.
That is the kicker. That's why I do what
Right.
I do. That's why I love what I do
Yes.
because I introduce you to yourself. Even have
Yeah. Which is great because most people don't know. They don't know. Hello? Am I oh, okay. So I paused a little bit. All right.
you're back.
Can you hear me?
You did pause for a moment.
Okay.
But Tangi, stop
Okay.
again. We're doing it again. Can you please introduce yourself outside of what I've already said? Because this is
Oh,
what
I
we
know.
do. This is exactly
We just
what we
keep
do.
talking. Yes. Okay. So let me introduce myself. First and foremost,
Yeah.
um, yes, my name is LaTangela, as you all know by now. But a lot of people know me from a Nickelodeon show that I did. I was a co-star on a Nickelodeon show called Ina, and I played the character of Maritza on that show. I am also now an inventor of a product called Grease Bags that was on. I featured that product on Shark Tank, which still airs. They air it on CNBC and ABC all the time now, and it's an eco-friendly way to dispose of your grease because I cook because I'm a mom, and it organically came about how I came up with that product. So I came up with
Yes.
that, and I also am an author of a children's book. So it's an anti-cyberbullying children's book, which for smaller children, so they don't have much material out there relating to that subject. So I created that, and then I'm a single mom, like I said, and a woman, and all of the above, all the things in between. So yeah, and
Absolutely.
we know each other from being family and going way
Yeah.
back from uh, way
I don't
back
know.
to the
Way
beginning.
back.
So Val knows. Yeah,
Maybe
and
20
you
years.
definitely know. Yeah, yeah. So you've seen the ups, the downs, the craziness, all of that. So she knows. She knows the struggle
I
and
do
how
know.
I've like persevered through it all. Yeah, but it's been great. I don't think I would change a lot of it, but that's who I am.
That's a snapshot of who she is.
Yeah,
It
a
goes
shot,
further
because yeah, I'm
deeper.
still.
She's still evolving, as we all are. We evolve. And sometimes you have
Mhm.
to stop and just go ahead and embrace what it is that you've already accomplished. We can be so eager
Right.
to get to that place where we think we're going, to where we're not
Right.
present enough to understand, let's celebrate this. Could we celebrate this
Yeah.
today? It's a part of
Right.
the journey, the soul journey, because
Very
we can
true.
have everything
Mhm.
else aligned. Don't miss any of it. Be sure to hold
Yeah.
on to the things that is presented before you of
Mhm.
celebration.
Definitely. Definitely.
Yes.
You're right. I mean, that's why I'm bad about like selfies and pictures and all that, because I'm always trying to like actually enjoy where I'm at and what I'm doing. And
Yes.
after the fact, I'm like, I could have posted that, I guess, but I'm just, I'm not good at it because I try to be conscious of staying in the moment. I do. So,
Yes.
it's
And that is
important, but
something we've talked about. You working
yeah,
on that. We don't try.
yeah.
We do. We either are or
Mhm.
aren't. And
Yeah.
so, right, Tange?
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely are or aren't.
Okay. Just saying.
Mhm.
Because moments are precious. And when we can capture them in time, great. But like
Mhm.
Tangi said, there are times we're enjoying it so much we don't think about it. And that's okay too.
No.
It
Right.
is really okay. We're just in a world to where everything is fast moving and we want the selfies, we want all of these moments because it's a part of the social media scene. But if we take things back
Mhm.
to, my gosh, portraits, we only had to communicate. It was all about the
That's
voice
it.
and
Right.
documenting by writing and
Mhm.
writing about situations, about things of excitement, things that were hurtful, journaling,
Mhm.
which goes back to what we're talking about today. I'm writing, I'm a writer, an author,
Right.
conscious lifestyle strategist. That's under the umbrella of a coach. So when I say I'm your conscious coach, that's what I do. And I help
Right.
you discover yourself.
Mhm.
And in that particular book that I wrote, I had to discover myself and realize some things consciously to
Right.
make myself better, call myself out in places that I needed to do that in order to
Yeah.
unlayer me. So once you start
Definitely.
peeling off those layers, the truth reveals.
Mhm. And that's
Mm-hmm.
what happens. That's what happens, and then you
Yeah.
find something with so much more substance to it that you can apply. So it's always it's painful sometimes,
Yeah.
to find those layers or to peel away at those layers,
Mm,
but you find more substance underneath for the most part.
absolutely. And they're
Right.
necessary. Those are
Mhm.
necessary things, mirror moments with yourself.
Yeah.
I write
Definitely.
about it, come from a music background in my family. However, I love
Yeah.
music so much, I write to it. However, with you, you're a vocalist
Mhm.
on top of everything else.
Right.
You write your music.
Right.
You know, I'm writing memoirs about events of life, you're singing about those same things. It's the
Yes,
same thing, one and the
it
same.
is. It is. It really is. I want to share this with everybody. I'm trying to see
Having a
the share
voice.
thing. Yeah, it
Please
is.
share it.
I
Everyone
know. That's
share it if you're able
yeah.
to. Go to the
I want
bottom
to
of your
share this.
screen, hit the share button,
There we
because somebody
go.
somewhere needs to see this
Yeah,
or hear this. It's that
definitely.
type of a thing, you know?
Definitely.
When did you
So we
realize
will
that
just
you were destined for stardom? Like the quest that you're on. When did you realize this? I know you've been doing it since you were a child.
yes, and it is something that I've always known. I don't know. I guess subconsciously, I guess I did have the conversation with my mom that, oh, I want to be a star one day. You know, a lot of kids say that to their parents, but like I've always been actively like trying to pursue that. You know, I was doing pageants when they were a big deal. They still are, you know, in some say, but it was huge when I was doing them. We were living in Texas when I was really young, and you know,
Yes.
I started off doing talent shows and pageants and that sort of thing. And my mom just kept me in it. I mean, I would be at the end of the driveway every day when rush hour, when people were getting off work and it'd be crowded, and I would perform the traffic. And so so my brother's friends, like they come around and they to this day tease me about it. Like, we remember every day after school you'd be at the edge of the driveway performing the traffic. We knew you had to do something. Something in entertainment, because it was, and I mean, I was like 5, 6, 7, just like little bitty thing doing that. So I've always known. Um, and I have two older brothers, like I said, but it felt like I was an only child a lot of times because they're like
Yes.
8 and 9 years older than me. So I
Yes.
entertained myself, created talk shows and recorded them. Like I did all kind of stuff. So I've always known that I wanted to be an entertainer. Yeah. And it's
And
weird.
that
I
you
can't
are.
remember a time when I didn't know. I can't. Like I can't think back to a time where I didn't know. Where it's like, oh, what do I want to do? You know, lawyer was always the secondary thing because I'm also like a
Yes.
nerd a little bit. So I like school and I always got good grades. My parents didn't play about it though. So for one thing, but I was like, okay, and I started to go to school for law. So it was entertainment law was going to be my backup plan. And I
Yeah.
still kind of want to do it, honestly, just to you can apply it to so much, you know. So it's one of those things that I just might do. I'm not sure yet. You know me, I'll
Well,
do it.
it's like I said, it's one of those things. Who's to say you have one gift? I know
Yeah.
for a fact you can have more than one gift. I have a
Hmm.
plethora. You just can't do them all at one time. It's
You
a time and
can't.
a place for each of them.
It is. It is. And
I
different
mean,
all the different things that I've done have come over years. You know, it's not like I woke up one day and was like, I want to write a book, I want to sing, I want to act, I want to dance, I want to do it all. You know, it was just like, okay, I don't have much to do right now. What oh, I have an idea. I have this book that I've been thinking about writing. Let me sit down
yeah,
and actually do it now because I have time. So I'm a doer. And so now I was, you know, then you look back and you're like, okay, now I've written a book, I've created a product, I was on the show, I was, you know, so then it piles up and it looks like you're doing a little bit of everything, but hey, it is what it is. I guess I am.
you really are. And it's nothing
Yeah,
wrong with that. It's just you embracing your destiny.
right, right.
You
So
say it's
I'm
an idea.
definitely,
When it pops up in your mind as an idea, you didn't
hmm,
sit on it. You
right,
created an action. You move forward in it.
right.
So
Yeah,
I say kudos to that. If more people did that, we'd have a much freer world, a happier,
yes,
healthier, freer world.
yeah.
Because
I
to
definitely think
me,
so.
that's what
You
life
know,
is.
and so many people have ideas, they just don't act on them. You know, and that I try to encourage people all the time. I mean, hey, if it doesn't work, everything is not that detrimental to your life. It just didn't work. Move on. But you'll never know what works if you don't try. So.
Exactly.
Hmm.
And timing is everything.
It
You
is.
know,
It
it may
really
not be
is.
time for it just yet. Do the
That's it.
thing that you can do now, and
That's
then
it.
it's accomplished.
Hmm.
Like you said,
Definitely. Right. So, yeah,
it's
you
a
definitely
beautiful
have to just get up
thing.
and do
Do
it.
it.
Hmm.
And that's
Oh,
one of the
yeah.
reasons I like you know, all that you have done. And I think back to many years ago, how we talked
Hmm.
about what we were going to do. We
Right.
talked about what we were going to do.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Who
now it's
knew?
like, yeah, we
Done.
definitely are doing it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's nothing, if people had told me, if I had, a lot of times you got to be quiet too. Like you have to either find a like-minded person or you have to
Yes.
be quiet because
Yes.
had you, the lady from that created Spanx, and I forget her name, forgive me if anybody knows her that's watching, but I forget her name. But anyway, she said that.
No
She
either.
said she did not she did not speak on her product at all to anyone because she know people were going to kill her dream until it was
Yes.
actually about to launch because she's like, I
Yes.
didn't want anybody to ruin it for me. So had I, the few people that did know, even when I was trying out for Shark Tank and stuff, they were like, hey, so you think you're ready for that? I mean, you don't have any sales, you don't have, so if had I listened to
So
any of
what?
that, yeah, and it's like 40,000 people that apply. Those numbers are daunting, and it's just like if you listen to that, then I would have probably not shown up for that audition because it wasn't easy. I was number 453 in line, and I was there all day, and it was cold outside, and to the point where they're like, "Okay, break time. Come back in a couple hours and do it all over again." I mean, it was all day, and then when I made it past that point, it was 8 months later when I actually made it to the show. So it was a constant audition for 8 months. Like it was hard work, even going through the audition. So had I listened to people and I'd be like, look, I'm not gonna make it. I just believed it the whole time, and it happened, and
Optimism.
even that's it. Even down to the commercials. Like I was like, I want to be in the commercials. I'm going through all this. Every time my episode is about to air, I want those commercials to be me saying something clever.
Yes.
And it was like, and that's exactly how it worked out. I swear to the T, God just worked it out. So I mean, you can't listen to people. Sometimes you have to be quiet. Definitely.
No, you cannot listen to everybody because they will. I think it was Bren in
No.
viewing said that very thing. Other
Mhm.
people will smash your
Mhm.
dreams. They kill them and they kill them right
Mhm.
away unless you have very
They
tough
do.
skin and you are confident, believing in yourself. Because,
That's
you
it.
know, when you know, you know. You don't need to explain
Yeah.
it to anybody. Just go for it. Mostly,
Mhm.
most of the time, you
That's
have to
it.
show someone what you're capable of. You don't have to believe in me. I know what I'm capable of.
Yeah.
I know what I can bring to
That's
the
it.
table. I know the gifts that God gave me. I know that the time is now because
Mhm.
this is what He's aligned for me to do. As long as I'm
Yeah.
obedient, I don't need to do anything else but
That's
show
it.
up and do that
Show up and do that and believe, and that's
and
all. But
believe.
that is one, it sounds very simple, but the actual act of actually believing is very hard.
Believe.
Like if you really believed it, like, I want to go see Paris before the end of the year, but you didn't buy no new luggage, you didn't buy a new outfit. If you were really going to Paris, what
Prepare.
would you be doing to
Preparing.
prepare for that? That's real belief, though. Is if
Yes.
I'm actually buying the luggage to get ready for this trip. If I'm sitting there just like, oh, I want to go to Paris, I want to go, okay, cute. But have you made any plans actually? And you don't necessarily have to go that far, but I'm
Intention.
just using that as an example. It's you truly
It's
have to
a
believe.
fact.
You do.
The first
Yeah,
thing I'm
you
going to
do.
say to you, if you come to me and you say, I'm going to Paris by the end of the year, I'm going to say, well,
Yeah.
have you booked your flight? That's the first thing I'm going to say to
Right.
you. Book the flight.
Right.
Pick the
Right.
date, book the flight, and then everything
That's
else
it.
can fall in line. But if you're
That's it.
serious and you have intention of actually doing that,
Mhm.
you would book the flight.
Yeah.
If you
And
don't,
if you
I'm
don't
not
have the
trying to
money
hear that.
there, no, and if you don't have the money right then, it will come if you truly believe.
Yes,
It will truly come. And it may not be exactly the day, like to the T, the end of by before the end of the year. It could be the day after New Year's, but you still went.
it happened.
People are too caught up in, yeah, it'll happen.
It
That's it.
happened.
Mhm.
And
That's it.
D'Angel, since you have
So,
that on your vision board, do it. Do it,
oh,
D'Angel.
vision
But the
board.
thing is, stop talking about it and be about what you say.
Yes.
Be truthful. Stop lying to yourself.
Yeah.
And Brand, save up. Yes, you can save up. However, the
Right.
commitment to self is picking the date, purchasing that ticket,
Yeah.
or putting a down payment on that ticket. Now you have a
That's
date
it.
to work toward. You
Yes.
know
Or
how
you
many
have a
payments you
savings
need to
account.
make?
Yes.
Exactly.
Dedicated to that trip. Some action has to be made.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's
So,
all about
and
the
it'll all
action.
come if you
Stop
believe.
talking out the
It
side of
is.
your neck.
Yeah. And if you'll notice, there's some people that don't have any money hardly, but you'll notice they're like always taking a trip or always going out somewhere or always got a story to tell about a fancy restaurant. And you're like, how do you do all of this? But it's because it's what they it's what they put out there. It's that thing they put out to the universe. Like somehow, some way, I'm gonna have a good time. I'm broke. It's all get out, but somehow somebody's gonna come through, pay for dinner. Somebody's gonna pick me up and put me in an Uber. Something's gonna happen, and I'm gonna enjoy myself this weekend. And they do. I mean, it's just the intention you put out there, and it's an art to it.
Inevitable.
Yeah.
It's inevitable. And if you
Mhm.
can do that for the small things, like a dinner or a night
Yeah.
on the town, scheduling a trip to Paris, you can do that very same thing for your life. Your
That's
life
it.
is more important than anything else. It's yours. You only
Mhm.
have an X amount of
Mhm.
time to have it.
And
So why wouldn't you give
right.
yourself the best of everything, including what it is that you do that makes you happy always?
Always, because we don't know what's happening after this life. So I know it's next. So while we're here, let's ride this till the wheels fall off. I want all this life has to offer, and then whatever's next, we'll deal with that. But I think we were meant to enjoy this life. You know, like what are we here for?
Complete
Let's not.
abundance.
Yeah,
Yes.
complete abundance. Yes,
And when God
definitely.
say, your gifts make room for you, they do.
They really
I
do.
promise you, I had no intention of sitting in this seat talking to
Mm,
you this way
right.
at all.
You
And
see?
this took place September last year.
Mhm.
September 5th
Yeah.
was my first live Wisdom Wednesday.
Wow.
December 3rd, Matters of the Heart Monday started. Not
Mm,
because I chose it.
right.
No.
Right.
Mm-mm. It came to me in a dream. God's like, listen, on this day, you're going to do that. You're going to call it this. And these are the people you're
Mm,
going to be working with. I'm like, who? Not me.
wow.
Mm-mm. Who
Wow.
has time for that? I got a book to write. Who has time to factor all
Mm,
these other pieces in? I have no idea
yes.
where this is going,
Yes.
but I can guarantee you every Monday and Wednesday, my little tush is going to be in this
Yes.
seat with a guest like you
Yeah.
over there
Yeah.
or sitting
And
across
that's
the
what you
table
do. You
from each
walk in
other.
it.
You got to walk in
Yeah.
it and see where it goes.
I mean, the same thing happened with my children's book. There was a cartoon that I was writing originally, and one day I was like, I don't know what to do next. I don't know what to do next. And God was like, go ahead and turn that cartoon that you were working on. Eventually, one day it'll probably be that. But for now, write this book. And I was like, a book? I wasn't thinking about writing a children's book, wasn't thinking about cyberbullying or anything like that. I had started watching a lot of like seeing a lot of stuff on the news with these little young kids committing suicide though. And I was like,
Right,
because of cyberbullying. And the teachers and
right.
parents were like, we don't know what to do. And it's anonymous people online and we don't even know who to go after. And it's tough. And so this book kind of teaches them how to believe in themselves and use positive energy against that sort of thing. So it doesn't
Yes,
affect you to the point where you don't believe in yourself. But this is applying to little kids. So I wrote it,
yes.
sent out like maybe 20 emails. No, it was actually like between 10 and 15 emails that I sent out to publishers and got published on the first round. And I had no idea. And so when I went to schools, people were like, teachers were like, hey, so, tell the kids how tough it is if they want to be authors, how you can send out hundreds of emails and, they'll say no, but you got to keep going because most people are like, it's going to take about 1,000 emails before you get published probably by a real publisher because,
Yeah,
it just happens that way. But don't get discouraged. Keep going. And entertainment's like that in general. When I
yes.
tell you that happened that first week, and it was a small publisher, don't get me wrong, it wasn't a huge deal, but it was just the
Doesn't
fact that I
matter.
was literally published. And it
It
wasn't
doesn't
like a
matter.
self-publishing situation. It was more like
Exactly.
you have a contract from a publisher. She's literally reached out to you and say, yeah, I think this is a good idea. And I've never written any book like that or anything like that. So it was just a confirmation again of like believing in yourself, listening to
Yeah.
God, not listening to outside sources. So
Yeah.
when I talk to the kids, my message was a little different. Like, just believe that anything's possible. If I can do it, you can do it. Because I had no idea that it was going to happen that fast. And the teachers were looking like, we didn't really expect you to say that. We thought you were going to
It's
tell
your
them it was going
truth.
to be tough and don't give up. But it's my
No.
truth, you
It's
know?
your truth. And
So,
being obedient, like
yeah,
Brenton is saying, being obedient and timing.
yeah,
It's not about anybody else's
that's it.
timing. It's God's timing.
That's it.
When
Yeah,
you move,
yeah,
when he say move, then you're in perfect
that's
alignment.
it.
When you're in perfect
Hmm.
alignment, that's when you can expect everything to fall in place. The unbelievable
That's it.
happens. The unimaginable
Yeah,
happens. That gas, oh my
right.
God, happens.
Hmm.
Like, are you kidding
Yeah,
me? And then all you say is, you know
yeah,
what? Thank you. Just thank
yeah,
you. Be
right.
grateful for it.
So,
And next time, make sure you keep your space and your ear and your consciousness in alignment to where when he say do something, do that. Even though it does,
yeah.
it sounds nuts. I'm
Hmm.
thinking my book, I'm
Yeah, it
writing
doesn't
that
make sense
for
all the
him,
time.
you know? I'm
Yeah,
like,
like
okay,
what?
yeah,
I mean, it was definitely, it wasn't on my radar. And so
no,
sometimes it is just like, what? Okay.
okay,
Do what?
yeah,
You know? So,
yes. It's that kind of thing. And so many
it
people
is.
look at you or me like we're the experts. And well, how did you do this? I was obedient. What do
Right.
you mean? I was obedient.
I just did it.
What do you mean?
Hmm.
I did what I was instructed to do. That's
That's
what I
it.
mean.
Yeah. And
When
that's
you
the
have
only
a
difference
relationship,
between,
you have a relationship. And I'll tell you in a minute,
hmm,
when Big Brother says something, anybody who know me on a personal
yeah.
level, even Sparrows now know when I say, when Big Brother tell me to do something, it is guaranteed to go down. It's happening.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's happening.
That's it. And
Too
that's
many
the difference
stories to
between you and
share.
other people. Yeah, it's true. That's
Right.
the only difference between, and I tell people that all the time. That's the only
Yeah.
difference between me and you is that I'm a doer. I'm a closer. I will get it done.
Yeah.
You'll sit there and talk about it to death and plan it to death and write down note after note and got a notebook full of things that you about to do. But I need you to get up and actually do one thing that next day. Make the phone call. You
Yeah.
never know, and
Exactly.
people think everything's so far fetched, so far away. So, but you'll be so surprised how, like, who you can get on the phone, who you can get to return an
Easily.
email. You'll be so surprised, you know. So it's not that
That
hard. Everything's
easy.
not that hard. Hmm.
That's
Sometimes it
it.
is, but you gotta keep going. you know.
And you know what? If you believe in yourself, we have to start
Hmm.
there.
Right.
Believe in yourself and what you have here in your heart.
Right.
When you can start there, and it does go back to writing down the vision, making it plain. We were just talking about this on
Yeah.
Friday. Writing it
Yeah.
down, making it crystal clear. And as you and I
Hmm.
were on the phone talking, a plethora of things were coming to me. Then I'm like, "Ooh, Tangi,
Yeah.
hot off the presses, hot off the
Yeah.
press, girl, hot off the
That's
press."
it.
And then as we're saying that, in that moment, we're talking, both of us hype, and
Yeah.
look at the clock, 11:11.
11,
So guess
11.
what?
Right.
It,
Yes.
and I said to you by
Yep.
Monday or Tuesday next week, that will be a program. I said those
That's
words to
it.
Tangi
Yeah.
because when it comes from him, it's already certified. It's done.
That's it. It's gonna work, and you have to just apply
Mm-hmm.
and do. That's it. He's like, well, I
Mm-hmm.
keep telling you over and over where the answers are. You're not listening. So that's the
You're not
problem with
listening.
most people. Hmm.
It's the
Definitely.
blueprint.
Yep.
We all have our own personal blueprints. Follow it.
Uh huh. Yeah.
And do it in pencil, though. Don't go permanent ink. Pencil.
Mhm.
For the simple
Yeah.
fact, you may have to go back and tweak something because you didn't do it
And there's nothing
exactly
wrong.
like he said.
And there's
It
nothing wrong with
happens.
that. Some people get caught up in the fact that they have to tweak, so they feel like it's a
Yeah.
failure or it didn't work. And
No,
you
it's
just
not.
had to tweak a
Yeah.
little bit. It was fine,
Yeah.
and that's the pro. Sometimes people give up too soon too, for sure.
Yeah. And you're that close to it,
Yeah.
but you turn and walk
Yeah.
away.
You turn to walk away. Yep, for sure.
Okay. Being a single mother,
Mhm.
and you've always had, like you said, you had your parents and
Yeah.
support.
Yeah.
That's the beauty in it. You do have your parents' support.
Mhm.
Now
Yeah.
you're already on the grind. You are doing what your heart is telling you to do, acting, singing, traveling, doing all of these things.
Mhm.
Baby comes. Now
Yes.
babies come.
Yes. And that was crazy. Not yeah, it was not planned, of course, and it was one of those times where it was just like I was in the middle of shooting Taina. We were actually on hiatus for Taina. So once
Right,
that news came about, it was like we weren't sure even if we were coming back for another season.
right,
So with that being said, it was like this is crazy. What kind of decision do I make? Do I keep this child? Do I keep going? If I keep this child during that time, I was playing a young character. I was actually an adult, but I was playing a young character. So life was like, they were kind of rubbing each other the wrong way because as a kid, I had to be careful. I'm on Nickelodeon. I'm a teenager on Nickelodeon. I can't have this grown woman image outside of that. So I may
right.
be ruining my career by keeping this baby right now. I don't know what I'm going to do, and so it was very, very, it was a real trying time as far as that was concerned. My parents weren't happy about it either. So it was like I was an adult, but I was still too young for it. I still wasn't ready for it. And I was in the middle of stuff. And
Right.
then, the relationship that I was in fell apart as well during that time. So I ended up being a single mom, which is not what I signed up for. So mentally, it was one of those things where it was like, I know what I'm capable of, but I'm
Right.
drained right now because I didn't sign up for this. And I didn't sign up to be by myself. I didn't sign up for the drama, and I grew up in a normal upbringing. So, my parents are still together. I didn't
Yes.
have, the cheating and the craziness and if they argued, it was probably over a bill or something, but it really wasn't that. So it was a culture shock to me to even have to go into something crazy, and I was super young, too young, for what I was in. I was in a grown up relationship that I wasn't ready for. So all of that, big age difference, big everything. So it was like I wasn't ready for what I was in. And then when it fell apart, I was like, okay, now what do I do? Now I'm by myself. And then I'm that type of mom that won't leave their baby with anybody either. So there was a
No.
lot of sacrifice that I ended up making that I was like, I can't just be out here networking and doing everything because where's he gonna be? And
Right.
then I moved to where my mom was so I could be, have that safe place for him to be. But then I'm in like West Bubble, Pensacola, Florida, and there's no industry there. So it's like, what do? I'm trying to do everything online. So it was tough because it kind of took me away from the career that I had built, being a single
Yes.
mom. But I had to be that first, you know, definitely had
It
to be
became
that first.
priority. The
Yeah,
baby changed the outlook of everything. The life
it
you
does.
had planned for yourself rerouted. It took a detour.
Mhm.
Even
Mhm.
though you still got where you were going, you took a
Yeah,
detour, learned a
it did.
buttload of life lessons.
Yes.
You learned a lot about yourself that you never would have known if you
Mhm.
had not had the experience.
And
And,
that's the way I see it.
yes,
That's the way I see it
that
now.
it
It
was
took me a long
necessary.
time to get there. Took me a long time to get there. You already know. Took me a long
Yeah,
time to get there. But I do
yeah,
see it now. Like, had that not happened, I wouldn't appreciate even the relationship that I'm in now. Like, this is
right.
just the smallest things that I appreciate about my relationship now because of the stuff that I've been through. And it's the smallest things. It's just the fact that you wake up and kiss me on my forehead in the morning.
Yeah,
Amazing. It's amazing.
yeah,
It's the smallest thing, but when you haven't had it or when you've had the complete opposite before, You don't know
Right.
how great that thing is. You have no idea how great that feeling is. But now it's like
It's
I
always an
appreciate it.
imagination. You imagine
Yeah.
it, you know you want it, but we don't always get it
Yeah.
right away. Doesn't mean that it's not coming,
Right.
but you had to learn to appreciate it before it came.
Yeah. I
So
did.
going through those rocky roads, you know, I know I always have those mirror moments with myself saying, you know what, girl, I thank God for every situation, every cross path, every good thing, bad thing, indifferent,
Yeah.
confusing, caused me to act up, everything that I learned along the way. It was
Mhm.
necessary for you to go through those things in order to have Soja. So by the time
That's it.
he comes along, he causes you to grow up immediately.
I
Immediately.
immediately. Yeah.
There was no
I thought
curve.
I was mature. I thought I was mature for my age until that baby came. No, buddy. And it's so like, I mean, I don't know. It's like you're ready to give that kid everything. You'll starve to feed
Everything.
your kid. You will starve to feed your kid, let me tell you. Your hunger goes right out
Everything.
the window.
And
Yes,
it's
you know.
beautiful. It's
Yeah.
beautiful, whether they're here or
Mhm.
if they are not. You know, so
Right.
that was the thing. I remember Soldier coming and how you had to go through so many things. And like, oh girl,
Yeah.
it's gonna be okay. Oh girl, it's gonna be
Yeah.
fine. You know, those types
Right.
of conversations. But then I look
Yeah.
back. I look back over, you know, like with myself. It's like, well, hmm, me being over on this side, it's I became who I am and had to grow up too. And I grew up in a
Yeah.
way I never thought I would have to. And that's because of mine passing away. So when Nicholas passed
Right.
away, I also had to grow up overnight.
Right.
Not
Because that's a
planned.
different
Like you're
type of.
saying, wasn't
Yeah.
planned at all.
Yeah.
Oh
Mhm.
gosh, I'm single. The daddy thing, not what I would paint the picture to look like. Not to look like. However, this is real. This is happening. I'm going to conform to it. We'll be fine. Family goes back to that. The
Yeah.
village.
Mhm. Yeah.
You moved home. You had to move
Yeah.
home. I was close to home,
Yeah.
accepting all of this surprise, accepting all of this up to the end, and then preparing. Then he doesn't come. Now I got to grow up
Mhm.
again in a place not expecting for a 24-year-old. 24?
Right.
Who goes through this at 24? You have plans for your
Exactly.
life. You have
You thought you
plans.
did, and
I
then God
thought I
laughed
did.
at you.
He had a belly ache laugh at me. And
Gut
he said,
buster.
how dare you think that?
Yeah.
I have other plans.
Mhm.
Even though I miss my kids every day, I still find gratitude in who I've become because of the loss.
Yeah.
You have
That's
to
it.
find that sunshine and the light in everything. So with that
And
happening,
honestly, when you do
I'm
find it,
okay.
yeah, you think of, had I learned, could I have learned that lesson any other way? And it's
No,
hard. Like you almost can't.
no,
Like I can't wrap
no,
my mind around any other way I could have learned the life lessons that I learned. It was
no way.
hard, but I survived. And it's like when you survive, then that means you were supposed to learn something. So I think I did. I think I learned a lot from that.
Yes. And I'm
Hmm.
so grateful for that.
Yeah.
Relationship with God, I always had it, but now it's that much stronger.
Yes. Mine as
Those
well.
pillow talks was with him and him alone,
Mm. Uh-huh.
you
Because
know,
that's how I
because
talk
we
to
have
him,
to
like a
have them.
friend. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to talk to him like a friend. He was, God, look
You
now.
put me here, now fix it. You
Yes,
fix that, big brother.
exactly.
You fix it.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
Those types of things. And I
Mhm.
commend you for standing true to what you had to do.
Yeah.
You did that.
It was
No
tough.
matter what it
Mhm.
looked like, you kept the course. I kept
I
the course.
did.
And people say, how do you do that? How do you have the strength to do that? I just do.
You just do. There's no way, but you also have to take the time to heal yourself,
Mm-hmm.
detox yourself, whatever it is that you really
Okay.
need to do. Only because I mean, a lot of women, men, but I think people in general, but and
Right.
it can be in any situation. It can be traumatic and like, it was in your situation, or it can be
Yeah.
just, relationships going bad, whatever. But you have to take that time out to cleanse and be by yourself, be one with yourself, learn to love yourself, because I've always been fine, in my own company, didn't ever need like an
Yes.
entourage of friends, but I
Right.
really got okay with it. Like I really got
Yes.
okay with, like, I think I purposely locked myself in the house. There's a lot of things that went on that are like pop culture, and I'm like, when did that happen? I don't know who, what, and people are like, where were you? How did you not know this thing happened? And I literally secluded myself for a long time.
Yes.
Really wasn't much TV or anything. Like I was just working on
Mm-mm.
me,
Because
and
you have
working
to
on,
hear him.
yeah, you do. You
You
do.
have to
And then I
hear
was in the
him.
lab, with a lot of projects and stuff, and to hear him to guide me through that stuff, but it's definitely, you got to take that time so you can
You
hear him,
better.
like you said, and reflect on what you've been through and apply it
Yeah.
to the next situation. I was single for a
Yes.
very long time. Um,
Yes.
Literally like over 10 years, like 13 years or so. It's been,
Mm-hmm.
which I don't recommend. I'm not telling anybody to do this now. That's
That was
extreme,
good for
I know.
you. It was
It
good
was
for
good for me.
you. And take the
It was
amount of
good for
time
me.
necessary, no matter how long it is, because life tends to show you what needs to be fixed
Yes.
because of the
Yes.
experiences,
Yeah.
you know? And
And
it's okay.
Mike,
And
I
go
had a
as
young
often as
kid.
you
Yeah.
need.
And I had a young kid, so I had things to occupy myself. I did occupy myself with all the other stuff that I talked about earlier that I do and have done, and so
Right.
I would always put my focus somewhere else. It was either work or project or my son or all of the above, and I wasn't thinking about relationship. That was the last thing on my mind. I was like, been
I didn't
there.
want
It's too much.
anybody's son. Nobody's son. Do not look at
No,
me. The
sir.
lights off.
Yeah,
I'm not
yes.
even
I don't
coasting.
want any
It's
more
off.
kids by myself. None of that. I'm good. So I focused on being a mom, and I'm proud of that also. It's an
Yeah.
extreme case, but I'm proud of that, because up until now, my son had only seen me with, his father, and he was like 2 when we split up. So he
Yes.
hadn't seen me in any other relationship. So seeing me in one now, it's like he's okay with it, because he knows that I've put him first and I've respected him, and he's like, it's about time, I guess, you definitely need somebody, and he's about to be
Yeah.
out of the house now. He's 16, so he's on his way, and so it was good timing when I did find that person, and they're cool, but I wasn't premature about it. And so it's
Yes.
still new, but we'll see. But I wasn't premature. So being a mom, I wasn't like I was sitting there like, oh, I'm tired of being lonely. It's a little bit, it's hard, but I'm gonna stay in the trenches. I really wasn't even thinking about it. Like, I
There was
really
no
wasn't. I was like,
time.
yeah,
There's no
no,
time for
no,
it. Like when you're in
right,
repair and recovery, you don't think
yeah,
about that. It is
mm-mm.
the absolute last thing on your mind.
No, it is. Yeah, trying to get your whole life together, pick up all the pieces, you
Yeah, and I don't
know.
want to leave not one piece because I need to put it back
No,
where it belongs and put something beautiful around it to
that's it.
reattach it
Yeah, so that's where
more
my head
beautifully
was.
this time.
Yes, more beautifully. And then like I said, just cleanse out of what I had been through. I just wanted to be better. You can't even be a good mom to your kid if you are, you know,
No.
depressed and hurt and crying or whatever. So all of that had to be fixed first. So after a while, I looked up and it was 13 years had gone by, and I was like, oh, might be time for me to think about it. Just think about it, please.
It wouldn't hurt. It wouldn't hurt at all to have somebody nice and
Right.
kind to come over.
Right. And when I did open up to that, I did meet the best guy in the world. He reminds me so much of my dad, but I felt like it wouldn't have come if I was, if I had done that prematurely. A lot of times you're trying to keep up with what somebody else is doing, and it's like, do
Yes.
you, and it's like I
Yes.
can't do all of that. I need to focus on me. And
Hmm.
so, it wasn't even planned. Like we were working together on the set, and it just happened. Not right away though, but before that, I don't know. I couldn't remember the last time I even was interested in anything or anybody. So once I did say, okay, God, I'm open. Just send me the right one because I don't have time for nothing else. Then it happened. So, and it's still
And I'm
not easy.
happy
But
for
again,
you. Yes.
thank you, thank
I'm
you.
happy
Yeah.
for
So
you because it is
yeah, and I
time.
pray on
It
it
is
every
time
day.
to have,
Yeah.
you know.
Yes, and we go to church and try to stay applied. I'm more of a spiritualist. He's more of like I got to go to church every Sunday, so we find that happy medium and stuff. But we've
Yeah,
been going and really trying to pay attention to working on things. But I know what to work on because of what I've been through, and what to pay
exactly.
attention to.
And what you're willing to
Definitely.
accept, what you are not willing to accept, and knowing when to say,
Okay, say that. you know, any
and
sign,
that's sooner
the
than
signs
later.
of it. Yeah, you can smell it coming now.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah. Mm-mm.
No time. No time.
No
Because
time.
life is valuable. Your time is valuable. And the people who are privileged to come into your life, my life, your life, Sparrows, they have to earn the right to do that.
Yeah, they
You're
do.
including them into
They
your
do.
life. So make sure they're worthy of being inclusive.
That's it. You definitely do. And it's okay. Some people just don't fit into your world. They
Exactly.
literally just don't fit. And that's nobody's fault. Just leave it where it is and keep it moving. But they just literally don't fit into your world. So it's okay. That makes things a lot less complicated sometimes if you could just accept it. Like we're just two different people. Hey, we can't even be friends. And that goes for friends, not just relationships, friends, everything.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let them go. If
So,
they're not
yeah.
serving you positively,
Mhm.
I wish you the best.
Right.
I
Exactly.
love you so much to let you go. I'm so serious.
Mhm.
I respect you to
That is
let
the
you
truth.
go
That's it.
because you're not benefiting me. I'm not benefiting you. Not to say that we
Mhm.
can't be friends at another date and time, but right now
Right.
the season's over. It's over. I
Exactly.
embrace it. I
Mhm.
love you to leave.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah, and that's okay. That is so
it's
okay.
okay.
And let's be grown
It's
about it. We just don't rock together well. We don't mesh well, and that's okay.
because in essence, you're building toward things, and I
Mhm.
know you maybe have this issue. I know I do, with associates, some friends that makes the
Yeah.
comment. I mean, I called you 3 days ago, Val.
Uh,
I mean, you can't
oh,
call
I,
me
I had
back.
that. Oh, all day, all day. I'm so bad about it, and I admit I could be better. But you also have to understand that
It's other things going on. Other things are happening. You're breaking up a little.
uh-oh, hello.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of
I can
stuff
hear.
that yeah, and especially like before now it was mostly like my son, he was in football, and then I'm trying to get the business going, and I'm doing everything. I'm answering every email, every phone call, I'm doing everything, and there literally isn't enough hours in the day. So yeah, it's been 3 days. It's
And
been
it's
3 days.
okay.
Sorry.
Don't
Yeah.
even, don't, do not, and I say it as nice as I can,
Me too.
not to come off facetious, to say, hey, you
Right.
know what? It's a privilege that we're talking right now.
Yeah.
Because what I don't want is to go down the list of all the things that I am doing. I don't want
Right.
to say that.
Mhm.
However, if you really respect what I'm doing, what I'm building, you'd understand to not say that. You'd understand. And just go
Definitely.
ahead and not take it personal. Say, you know what? I know she's working on this. I know she's got a deadline. That book has to release in less than 2 weeks. I know
That's
she's
it.
building platform and she's dealing with time zones with people in and out of this country. They know these things. But you
Yeah.
will still say, I called you 3 days ago. And I have a disclaimer, like, give me 72 hours. If I haven't called you in 72,
That's it.
call me again.
Yeah. Something might be wrong.
You
I might
know,
have missed it because and I should do that. That's good. I should put that disclaimer out as a 72 because
put it
businesses do
out
that. We'll return the call in 72 hours.
in
I should
72
do that
hours.
because I will get to it around about that time most times.
Yes.
And it's
And be
bad.
sure to leave a message. If you do not
Yes.
leave a voicemail, a hang up equates to not important. And I'm telling you, Tangie, this is how I have to
Exactly.
really do it in my mind. If
That's
you don't
true
leave a
though.
message, because as I go through my voicemails, I do not delete that voicemail until I've called you back. So if you
Right.
do not leave a voicemail, you're not registering in my mind.
Yes.
So you don't
Yes.
even get the 72-hour disclaimer. You had a couple of
Right.
minutes and
Exactly.
it wasn't important what you were calling about because you did
Mhm.
not leave a message nor text. Not my
Right.
fault, yours.
Right. Right.
So I'll catch you when I can catch you.
Mhm. That's
And
it.
that's all in love because there are things that we are working on every day without having to
Mhm.
put it into a Facebook status. I'm not going to tell you what I'm doing play by play, but
And I
just
shouldn't
respect
have
my
to.
time.
I should not have to. And that's the thing. I mean, most people that are that's why you have to be around like-minded people as well, because
Exactly.
those type of people understand. And they don't, as much as some people want to know and understand, they do not
Yeah.
get that you working with different time. They'll see you doing what you do, but they're not breaking it down. And they're
No.
not understanding that it's like all this other stuff that comes along with that. Even throwing up a YouTube channel is so much work, and that's why most people don't stick to it, because it is, and it's just like there's so much posting and so much other stuff involved. It's intense. So
Yeah.
bless their hearts, most people do not understand. They have no they have no idea. They can't wrap their mind around it. So sometimes I'm like, you just don't get it. I mean, you really don't. So it's better when you have people around you that do what you do. Or something like it.
And that is definitely a fact. And
Mhm.
actually there are becoming more and more people that way
Yeah.
because it is easier. The conversations change. It's
Mhm.
not disclaimers, it's not having to
Yeah.
explain anything because they
Exactly.
understand, because
They
they're in the midst of
understand.
that same line.
Yeah, we'll get together
Yeah.
and have coffee when we can. Love you. You know I love you, right? Okay. See you when
Yeah.
I can. And they get it. They get it. It's like, and
Right.
I don't doubt that you love me. I know you love me, child. Go handle your business. That's how it
Yes.
should be. So that's
That's
it's
a
just,
beautiful thing.
but it is. Uh-huh. Definitely is.
But where are you right now? What's happening with you right now? What is happening?
Well,
Because I did put out that picture of you, that one,
right.
I'm doing me. And then
Yeah.
I put out the video of you and your sassy bulldog self.
Yeah.
Um, the video,
Right.
because are you singing now? Are you recording anything? Are you
Not
recording as far as television? What's happening with Tangi?
Okay, well, right now, I am definitely gearing up to get back into music heavy. A lot of people have been asking about it. It's something that I do. I mean, I sing so much around the house and in the car. And like my boyfriend's like, you need to get in the studio. I mean, you sound good and all, but God, you need to go record something. So, but I really haven't had the chance to actually sit down and really put my teeth into finding a good sound. It's so much in my head. There's so many ideas musically. I just moved to Atlanta from Texas, so literally just got my keys to my apartment days ago. So
I'm
I'm like really trying to settle into this new like region. I've been trying to move to Atlanta for a long time because I feel like I can pursue entertainment as well as business here, and I
you
can
can.
balance both. Yeah,
Yeah.
business was good in Texas, but I just need to balance. It's not me to just walk around with a suit acting like business is all I do. It's just not. So it's like,
No.
okay, I need to be somewhere where I can still audition. So I'm working on, signing with a new agent now and just kind of restarting like everything. I've never, contrary to what some people believe, because they haven't seen me on TV in a while, I've always been like auditioning or submitting things or whatever I could do from wherever I was. But certain
Right.
markets just don't allow you the access to things that you need. So it kind of slowed me down. Well, not even kind of, it really did on a lot of things, which is why I put my focus on the book and my products and just to keep irons in the fire until I was able to get back to a market. So this is little Hollywood now. So I'm excited
It is.
about just
It is.
it really is. Everything's happening in Atlanta. So I'm really excited about like signing with the agent. I actually have headshots booked this week. Like I'm literally just like one by one kind of going down my list of like, okay, headshots, find an agent, okay, get settled and build a team. Especially with
Yes.
grease bags alone. Like I need a team. It's in such
You do.
demand. QVC wants me on air and I need investors for that. We need a lot of inventory for grease bags and stuff. And I'm a one-woman show. Don't get it twisted. Don't think I got a whole team of people back here somewhere doing stuff for me. I don't have one other person most times doing anything with me. So I don't even have an assistant. So I'm really trying to work on that this year. Like I'm like, God, I need a team of people, even if it's somebody that can post for me a couple times a day, somebody that can handle customer service, because I want to be able to walk into the meetings and handle the big business, because it's my company. So I have so many ideas of like what it is I want to do as far as like my company goes. And it's big business, industrial and, individual for individual homes. So there's so much work to
Yes.
do. 2019 is jam packed. It's jam packed.
It's
I'm
jam
just trying to get my
packed.
bags
Grateful.
on the floor first. Yeah. And
Yeah.
I'm grateful about that. Yeah. I'm so
Yes.
grateful to have an apartment and all that's empty right now. But I'm getting ready to have all my stuff moved in and
Uh,
get all that. So one thing at a time, but I'm really trying to like chop chop, get it done, ready to be settled already. So
it's coming. Just take one step
yeah,
at a time. Be grateful that you are
yeah.
there. You've landed in. And the first thing I said to you was like, oh, so you moved to Atlanta when I leave?
Right. As soon as you leave though, like I was like, man, I thought sure you were still here, especially when I saw your area code. I was like, she's still here. We got to go get mimosas or something. And she is not. I was like, oh, but at least you're not too far. Charlotte's not far.
Not too
Um,
far, just right over
no.
there. And we can still
Yeah.
plan things. It's inevitable. It's
Yeah.
inevitable for some things
Yes.
to collaborate on. And
Oh, I was gonna say that. There's some work we need to do together too. So I'm sure we're gonna get up very soon. You're right down the street, and I'm a road
yeah,
hog, so that little 6, 7 hours ain't nothing really to me at
it's
all.
not even
But
that. It's only 4. It's only 4.
is it 4?
It's
Oh,
only
okay. I
4.
thought it was 7. Oh yeah, that's
No, that's
nowhere.
too much. Mm-mm.
Yeah,
No,
it's
that's you
nowhere.
turning around and going right back. So
Okay. Well, yes, I'm used to that 12-hour drive from Texas, so I'm good with that
you are
one.
not in Texas.
Yes.
No.
Okay.
No.
No, ma'am.
Mm-mm.
4 hours.
It's only 4. But the thing is,
Yes.
it's inevitable. And that was just brief communion, the other day when we were
Yeah.
talking. So
Right.
I'm grateful. And I will be back and forth there too because the business is
Yeah.
still there. It's a lot of contacts that I've made, and it's not like I'm going to drop them. Absolutely not.
That's it.
It's all about being
Yeah.
hybrid now. You have to
Yeah.
be able to up and go wherever you need to be, whether it's stateside, overseas, wherever you need to
Yeah.
be. I suggest get going.
Exactly.
Get going.
Exactly. You got to
Because
keep it
everything
moving.
is not
Yep.
going to be in your zip code. It's not going to be in your
It's not.
area code. It's not going to be
It's
with
not.
your people It's going to be perfect strangers that you're going to cross paths with.
That's it. And
So
I'm
be
so happy. And I'm
prepared.
cool with that.
2019 is
And that's what I
already
like. It's already
rolling out with
there.
vengeance.
Yeah, and that's what I love about Atlanta. There's so much here, but there's also this homey factor of being here. So, and I know
Yeah.
that when I do have to fly to New York or LA to do some work or whatever, even if I have to be there for a few months, hopefully, because that means I got a good job doing something. But coming back home, I'll always feel like that comfort of like having a place here. But yeah, you always got to move around. Nothing's
Yeah.
going to be in your city, everything.
Yeah.
It's not going to be like that.
Grass doesn't hold you anywhere. And you know
No,
me, if opportunity knocks and it sounds right and
time
it's
to go.
aligned, the Lord say
Yeah.
go, I'm out. I'm
Pack
out.
your things, gather your things, and move on.
Sell all of
Definitely.
it. I sell
Me
everything and
too.
go light.
I did. Come in here. Everything. I'm talking about everything went on Let Go, baby. I'm that commercial. I should have been in those Let Go commercials because I'm talking about I sold my whole house on Let Go. Yes.
Because you're going to something new. So let's get new
Yeah.
things.
Yes.
It's
That's what I
all
felt like.
about surrounding yourself with the appropriate things for the space that you're in your life. As you grow, you
Mm-hmm.
outgrow other things. So
Yeah,
sometimes you
that's
have those
true.
attachments and it doesn't need to follow you.
No,
It
you don't
doesn't
need
need
that energy or anything.
to.
I was
Mm-mm.
ready to cut it loose. I was like, you know, and that wasn't even about a relationship or anything. It was just the past. It's just what I was moving on from. It was just like, that's not working for me anymore. So let me just get rid of this stuff. And it never
Exactly.
felt permanent. It never felt like permanent stuff or anything like that. So
No,
it was good. Mhm.
no. And here is home. This is home.
Yes.
It feels good. Come
Right.
here, reassess. I'm on the island, isolation
Yeah.
island. I'm on it. I tell you, I'm
Yeah.
on it. I'm loving life
Yeah.
because of it, because so
Right.
many new things are coming into play because of the recharge, of going back where
Yes.
everything begins and having family and friends around, having the people that can support you. And that's
Yeah.
going to be big for you there.
Mhm.
Big to
It
have
is.
that
It is.
team, even if, like I said, they may not physically be there, they can be hybrid no matter where they are. I'm
Mhm.
blessed to have Tiffany. That's real talk. Tiffany is my
Yeah.
right hand arm, my whole right side.
Right.
It's
You
what
need
she
that.
is,
Yeah.
and I'm blessed, to have Gwen Asani. She's virtual assistant. I mean,
Yeah.
between those two, sandwiching me with things that I need, because I will do this. I'll spiral out
Yeah.
because it's so
Yeah.
much to do. It's so
Right.
much
And see,
to
I need at least one or two. And I literally have to create that. I've been knowing that for a long time, but I didn't want to do it prematurely. So I wanted to create it somewhere where I knew I was going to be, So literally,
they'll
I'm
come to
like,
you.
I've never had an
They will
assistant. I've
come
never
to
had
you.
anybody, someone close to me. Yeah, somebody you can trust, somebody,
Yeah.
and it's just like I said, me and my boyfriend help each other a lot, but he's busy as well. So it's like we both need our own personal assistants. We
Yeah.
need to, it's just like to keep everything going because even if it's just to answer a few text messages while I'm driving to somewhere else, or vice versa, I need, that extra pair of hands sometimes.
It
So
helps, sorting
yeah,
things out because it's so much going on in the mind and
yeah,
trying to weigh the options on what to do first. And sometimes you just have to roll it out to somebody else, and then, them in the calm mind that's outside looking in will say, hey, well, what about this?
yeah.
I'm like, oh, never thought about it, and crack myself up laughing because
That's it.
I didn't think about that. And it was something so
Yeah.
simple and
Mhm.
minute, but at the same time, it's so much going on here. Like, what day
That's
is
it.
it?
That's it. And they
Do I have
all
a
blend
class?
together. They all
Yeah.
seem the
Is it a
same.
class tonight? Yeah. Those
Yeah.
types of things. And
Yeah.
having a physical calendar where you can glance at it and say, okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay. But
Mhm.
it doesn't last this way forever. This is
Yeah.
because we're putting the pieces of the puzzle together. And
Yeah.
once that puzzle is put together, then we can breathe just a little bit, and at least that'll be the foundation to go by,
Yeah.
and then tweak it when necessary because additional layers are going to continue to come in. Only God knows what we're going to do with whatever it is, but I know it's going to be something rocking and rolling.
That's it. That's
So
it. It's coming. We don't even have to stress about it.
it's
Ain't got to bust a sweat. We're good. You know.
watch out, Atlanta.
That's
Watch
it.
out, Queen City.
I'm here. I'm in the city, people. So be forewarned. I'm here.
Take it by storm. Take it by storm because Atlanta is a great city for any entrepreneur that
Right.
really is pursuing their passions and what their
Yeah.
bliss, their love. When you're pursuing it, don't go there playing around. I don't have to
I
say
will
that to
not.
you. However, the
Yeah.
Sparrows, do not play around with what you have been given. It's
Yeah.
given for a reason. It's somebody somewhere, they need what you have to offer. And if you're playing around with it, they're not getting it. Somebody is suffocating because you haven't done what you were supposed to do. Take fear
Right.
out, have some faith, believe in it, flip the fear into fierce. I've said it before.
That's it. That's a good one.
Negative and positive cannot stay in the same place. It can't.
Right.
So
No.
believe in yourself to launch. Do what you have to do, no matter how big or small it is. Do something every day for 15 minutes. Eventually, you'll get there and you'll build a
Yeah.
momentum of excitement.
That's
So
true.
that's about the gist.
Definitely.
Now, if someone wanted to reach out to you, how would they go about doing that?
Well, I am on Instagram. I'm at I am underscore LaTangela. You can find me on Facebook at LaTangela Newsome. Also, my product is at Grease Bags on Facebook. It has its own page, and it's also at underscore grease bags grease underscore bags. Sorry, so grease sorry at grease
Do you
underscore
know your handle,
bags.
Tangie?
No, I don't. It's like apparently not. Okay, on Instagram for grease bags, it's at grease underscore bags. And on Facebook, it's just grease bags. So you can find it there. But if you go to my page, LaTangela Newsome, you will find everything. Definitely. I don't have a website yet for myself, which I'm working on this year as well, because I want to put everything kind of in one place. And I've been kind of hesitating on that just because I was like, I don't have enough content for it, but I think it's time now.
You
So
have more than
yeah,
enough content for it. What do you
yeah.
mean?
Well, now I feel like I do. I feel like I do. I mean, because I've always had a lot, but now that I've kind of like crossed over certain hurdles with certain things, and I can say, here's the link to, I do grease bags, but here's also a link you can click on to go to the grease bags page, or
Yes.
this little things like that I had to be ready for. So yeah, but you guys can find me,
Great.
LaTangela Newsome, everywhere. That's it. Definitely got more and more things on the horizon, things that I'm working on behind the scenes. A lot of people are asking about a reboot, and now that they're rebooting everything for Taina, and now that they're rebooting all these old shows, we're fingers crossed, prayers up for that, because it just might happen. We don't know.
That will be great.
Netflix, yeah, Netflix showed a little interest. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm praying on that. But yeah, other than that, if that doesn't happen, it'll be something. I'll be co-starring on something soon. So hopefully putting an album or EP or something out soon. That's another team that when I was really hardcore doing music, having a team of producers that I worked with just, organically, like we might just go in the studio and just jam. We may or may not come out with a song, but we're just
Yeah.
working on sound. And so that's sort of what I'm looking for too, is to find that chemistry again with a good like production team. But there's so much here, I just got to plant my feet and I'm sure I'll find everything I need. So I'm going
It's
hard this
there.
year.
It's
Hmm.
definitely there. It's just
Yeah.
praying about it and being connected with the right people, because
Yeah.
Atlanta is overly saturated.
Yeah. So that's why I
Mm,
want my little house, my permanent house, to kind of be out on the outskirts a
tuck
little bit.
it.
Yes,
Yeah.
because I don't need to be right up under everybody.
Yes.
No. Mhm.
But then again, I'm noticing every week, the conversations are so juicy to
Mhm.
where we don't really stop for a lot of response to comments. So what's happening is going in after the show
Okay.
and responding to the comments and
I will do
responding
that.
to
I
it.
see a couple of my fans on here that I have to speak to. But Bryn, hello,
Please
how
say
are
something.
you? Yes, hey Bryn. How are you? I just saw it. I shouldn't have my comments up, so I see them now. But yeah, he's always around. He's a big Taina fan, so he's always jumping on my lives. But anybody else that I missed, I will definitely go
Support.
on afterwards and reply to any comments or questions for sure.
Yes. So there have been quite a few new people coming in. So all
Okay.
sparrows that have entered, of course, thank you. As always, it's just becoming difficult to have engaging conversation and then be back and forth with the comments at the same time. So what
Right.
we are doing is responding afterwards. And I'll share a little secret. It's something else that I'm going to be doing later, to where I can bring you guys on so you can speak with us at the same time. We can bring in one at a time, but once I confirm on some numbers and how I'm going to go about doing it, then that'll make it that much more juicy. So you're not having
Yeah.
to write a comment when you can actually ring up and be a part of that conversation,
Yes. Yes.
you know?
And that's actually
So
fun as
it's coming.
well. So, yeah, that'd be fun. And definitely when if we can get together and do some in studio stuff, that'd be really fun because we can have
Yes.
an extra person to come in that way. So yeah, but sounds
Yes.
good.
That's
Mhm.
coming. And we did talk about it. So either Tangi's coming here or I'll be going to Atlanta, and
Yeah.
we're gonna do some live things on the street. So that's all we can
Yes.
give it. It'll be some live things on the
Yes.
street. So
Awesome.
look for that. And
Yes.
that's about the gist. But as you're in
Yeah,
and you're responding to comments, please put your contact information in the contacts in the
I
comment
will.
section. So in case someone wants to shoot you a note and just say hi or follow you, whatever the case, they're able to do that.
Definitely will. And I appreciate you
Okay.
for asking me to come on and for us catching up. It's been a while, so it's really nice to catch up with Val again. We have so much. We've talked a lot already, just in a couple of days. But we still have a lot
We
more to talk
did.
about. So yeah. But
Yeah.
it's really nice. So yeah, I'm loving the whole like format. And I think it's just, it's just good that you're out here helping people the way you are. So
Well, thank
kudos
you
for
so much.
that.
Thank you
Yes.
so much. A girl's just being obedient, doing what Big Brother says. So when he speak,
That's
I tend
it.
to listen
I know that's
because
right.
I'm following the lead, honey.
Yes.
That's what I'm doing and enjoying every second of it. So thank you very much. I appreciate you saying yes because I hadn't even thought about it writing so much. And I
Yeah.
realized on Friday, oh, I don't have anybody
Yeah.
for, wait a minute, Monday. Yes,
Yeah.
I do. I'm calling Tangi. And
Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
and
And
that's how much
that's how it
confidence I
happens. And
had.
I'm
Like,
so
what's the
glad you did.
problem?
I wasn't expecting it, but I'm so glad. I was like, all right,
I tend
it's
to throw you
amazing.
in. I'll throw you right
Yeah.
on in because
Oh,
that's
yeah.
what
You
it's
can't
about.
forget about the
Don't
real
think
ones, though. Right, right, definitely. And it's good to just link back up in general because,
yeah.
you are one of the real ones. You are one of the real ones in my life, and there's not that many. So I have to say that for
Well,
sure.
I
Yeah.
got you.
You and Tasha, I know she's out here somewhere.
Yeah.
She's on there
Hopefully
somewhere.
she's on. She's probably
Yeah,
on. Yeah.
yeah. So,
But nothing but love for you. I got you.
you
Anything you
too.
need in Atlanta, just yell. Like
I
I said,
will.
it could be some contacts I should be able to connect you with. Just making
Okay,
sure
sounds good.
they're on the up and up. I'm just saying.
Yes, for sure. Oh, yeah, and I'm gonna run anything by you that I feel is questionable. I'm about to get off here and go back to work right now, so doing
Go back to
something.
work because I'm doing the same.
Yes,
So much
alrighty.
love to you. We'll
Much
be
love
in
to you
touch.
also.
Okay.
All right,
Talk to
love
you.
you, and I will talk to you
Love
later. Okay,
you. Okay.
bye.
Ciao. Okay, Sparrows, we had another juicy night with LaTangela Newsome, and she's coming from Atlanta. I'm really grateful that she's back on the East Coast, and like she said, we had such conversation in the past few days to where we've really scoped out some things that wasn't even planned at all. Just us having engaging conversation. So keep your eyes and ears open for some things to happen between the two of us, between Charlotte and Atlanta. So don't be surprised. However, you are all fabulous. I love each of you very, very much. I appreciate your time coming in. We will go in and respond to all of your comments. That's a guarantee. My voice isn't right. Next week, I promise you, it will be. So go back to what it was that you were doing. It's getting a little late this evening. No, I love you. All right. I appreciate you. Deal with all the matters of your heart, no matter what they look like, because they're actually leading you someplace. Pay attention to them. Do what you need to do to make the corrections. And that's it. Love without conditions. Always possess a positive attitude and soar in all you do. I love you, mean it. Smooches. Have a good night.